let this flow from me, hopefully. In the way that I'll think of it in my own mind. So, the womb of God. So for me and my understanding, that encapsulates life, and life being the sun, the earth, the moon, the stars, the water. I know the water is part of the earth, but I still feel the separation between the two. Now, when I say the womb of God, that is me not saying that God is a woman or is a female. God could never be a male or female like a human. So I'm saying that merely on the basis of how we as humans can understand something. Trying to box it into our understanding. So, because for me, the earth in which we live upon is actually the heart of creation. Literally is exactly the same letters. And the water is the arteries that run through the heart. And so that for me is obviously different to being the womb of God. So me explaining that, I see the encapsulation of creation, as we know, to be the womb of God. As I said, the sun, the moon, the earth, the waters, and the stars. And the sun being the energy, and if we're going to see it from our understanding, I would say the sun is the masculine energy that gives the energy to bring life to earth. Sorry about that, just had to deal with something. And when I say energy that gives life, and that masculine energy, again, I'm only using these labels to our understanding. Like the sperm gives to the egg, and then that creates life. The sun gives to the earth, and that creates life. But that is all inside of the womb of God. Initiated by God. Sorry. And God being all. Because God cannot be boxed in to our understanding. God has tried to be boxed into our understanding as the Father in the sky and lots of other things, right? But that is the understanding of us, of how once we may have thought a father would make us feel, or how a father would determine things. You know, I view, from my understanding of being a human, I view the masculinity and the femininity being as one. and that being the creation of God, as is said, we were created in God's image, or man was created in God's image. Again, a slight distortion, because man is mankind. That includes men and women. Because God is not a human. But we are the creation. And as I've said in my previous video, when I say about God being that runs through all, and that the creator being the carpenter, and that is the construction. As I've said, it's not to say the construction is not God, but the construction is not God. But that is what is worshipped as God. So I am all of God. But God is so much more than just I. And that is the point that gets mixed up. And that people say comes from the ego when you say God is in everybody and God is inside me. That's because God is. But you are not God. You are not all of reality. You are not all. God is all. You are a part. And do you see the language of that? You are a part. Because you have been separated. But you are apart from God. Just as all of creation is. But that feeling you receive when you know, that feeling is love. That's the only explanation. It is feeling worthy. It is feeling joy, safety. So knowing that we are the ones chosen to be given life in the womb of God makes us all the chosen ones. No matter what any man says, no matter what mankind says, anyway, I probably went off on some tangents there because, again, just try and let that flow. I hope some insight, some seeking can come of this, and that when we put things into our inner standing, we can actually feel God.